Hey guys, Captain here. As you can see, I have a lot of shit on top of my my piece of ABS plastic over here. Today, I am talking about leather. These are sheaths by Freddie Ramos from Ramos Customs. He does all of these by hand, and he has been making sheaths for me for a couple of years now. And so I want to talk a little bit about his product. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, I do make custom knives. These are actually a bunch of my knives that I've made. Some are up for sale, some are just my pieces that I made for myself or friends. And these are all sheaths that Freddie did for me. Really great work. Every one of my knives that I make, if it's not going out with a Kydex sheath, which I do myself, it's going out with a leather sheath from Freddie. It goes to no one else, and I will show you exactly why. His work is awesome. This is a custom knife that I did for a client where he wanted a really simple pouch sheath that mimicked the blade. The blade is actually an antiqued, really rustic looking skidder, and he wanted the sheath to match the personality of it. And I basically gave the knife to Freddie and said, do something that works with that style. And 2 weeks later, I had this sheath. And you can see the quality is just totally superb. Really beautiful stitching, great tooling over this. The two-tone color going on with this, different types of tooling around the whole thing, hand stitched, just a really beautiful pouch. And he's located here in New Jersey, just outside of New York City. Another one that we have here, just a simple sheath for people looking for something simple. Which is a really simple pouch with another simpler antique knife for a client. Really nice work, very reasonably priced compared to a lot of the other leather manufacturers out there for the work that you get. And for those that watch the Discovery Channel, you'll actually be able to see his work on Naked and Afraid in a few months. He just finished up a sheath for one of the participants on the show, and that'll be featured on there. So you'll be able to see his work right on TV, which is great. This is actually a piece I made for a friend of mine. He wanted a nice sheath with that pouch, that classic pouch style, but also be able to scout carry, so we did something simple with this. And you can see it's just a really unique tooling, really great. Again, hand stitching, the stainless steel rivets for a leg lanyard. Just a really solid sheath. So, and he's got a ton more models too that are right up on his website that you could see. His website is ramoscustoms.com. I'll link that in the description below, where he's got Altoid cans that pouches that'll fit in Altoid can they'll put on here, fire steels at the bottom or the sides, snaps for these, D-ring extensions, just all sorts of really cool stuff for it. Folding knife pouches. This was actually the first folding knife I ever made, and I've had the sheath for about 2 years, and I wear this thing all the time, so it's seen a ton of abuse. And I asked him to extend this belt loop a little bit, because sometimes if I'm hiking or something like that, I wear a much thicker belt, or if I'm putting that on a backpack or something, so it's a little bit thicker than he usually makes them. Nice friction pouch sheath for the folding knives. He does a lot of these for Spydercos and Benchmates. Really beautiful pieces. Again, and very reasonably priced, especially for bigger knives. For any hunting enthusiasts that have whatever, if you have the SOGs, if you have the full Nivens, if you have any of them, any of the bigger knives, K-bars, all that, he could do really nice pouch sheaths. Again, all hand tooled, hand punched rivets, Really nice. You can tell Sheath's by this little logo here, the Ramos Customs logo with that little frog. There's some sort of significance for it. He's got on his website. And this is actually my personal knife that I made for myself to carry when I'm out hiking or anything like that. And this was the sheath that we did to kind of match the whole flow in this thing. Really, really great piece. And he's done some really unique pieces for other clients. With I had one client that wanted was really big into Game of Thrones and wanted a medieval looking knife. And he wanted a phoenix tooled into it. He tooled the phoenix right into the sheath and had his monogram on there, and just some really, really cool stuff. Freddie does awesome work. Ton of different options, ton of different price points for his work. Big supporter of armed services and all that. The Wounded Warriors Foundation. So definitely worth checking out if you're looking for a custom sheath for any of your knives, whether it's a custom knife. Like I said, all my custom knives that I make for my clients always are sent out with one of Freddie's sheaths, unless it's a Kydex sheath. Or if you've got a K-bar that you're looking to do up, you have a SOG, whatever you have, cold steel, any of them. He'll make a really, really beautiful sheath for it. He's on Facebook too, and on Instagram. It's always cool to check out his stuff, especially now. He's doing some cool pieces for some of his clients. I haven't done anything with it yet, where he mixes the Kydex with the leather. So he'll do initial wrap with Kydex to keep the blade tight, to keep it as a friction lock, and then he'll wrap that with the leather and do more of a classic traditional kind of look with it, and kind of mix the best of both worlds. He really does some great stuff. Does a lot of work for a bunch of the soldiers and the special forces that are sending him knives that they plan on carrying, and they want to be able to carry their sheaths. Just really, really great. Does work, stands behind his work, which is fantastic. And I have, to date, never had an issue with anything that I've done. I've never had a client disappointed in any of his work. And on my personal pieces, just really, really spectacular work again. I mean, you could see the workmanship on this is just bar none. Really tight lockup. This thing doesn't move at all. Just totally beautiful. So, highly recommend you check him out if you're looking for any sort of custom leather work. He does other stuff too, like he does quivers, he does holsters, he does archery arm guards, anything like that. Definitely hit him up. Check out his website. I'll have it linked in the description below. And check him out on Facebook, check him out on Instagram. Really, really awesome products.